Hello, and welcome back to episode 3, Club 7 of Unknown to World Known. We're back with Bayern Munich, and we've had a bit of a mixed start to the season. There's been quite a few wins, but a couple of disappointing drop points in there as well. We find ourselves sat fourth in the Bundesliga. Hertha Berlin have had a fantastic start, 8 wins and 1 draw, so they are currently running away with it. We've got a chance today to win our game in hand, which will put us on 19 points, still 6 points behind them though. And in the Champions League, we got beat by Manchester United once again, but then we did beat Roma at Marseille 4-1, and we're back today for a game against Eintracht Frankfurt and former club Roma. So, since you were last with us, we drew 1-1 with Stuttgart, with Wilson getting on the score sheet again. We then beat Freiburg with 2-0 with goals from Henrique and Pedri. Then was our 3-0 loss to Manchester United. We then beat Hamburg, Köln and Schalke before beating Marseille in the Champions League, and then a very disappointing loss to Dusseldorf in our most recent game. So on that note, we're going to go and play Frankfurt and see if we can bounce straight back from that disappointing loss. And the lineup we're going for today is Double RA in goal. Soderstrom and Becari are the two centre-backs, with Wagnerman and Nolasco as wing-backs, Sanchez as a holding midfielder, Grau and Vrank in midfield, Demir on the right, Pedri on the left and Olner up front. So we are going with a bit of a different formation, which you'll see in just a moment. I believe it was Ashman that mentioned it. We're going with a 2-3-2-3. It's brought us a bit of success. Disappointing in the most recent game, but I'm hoping that's just a one-off. However, I think it also may be to do with the fact that we're using the offside trap and doing that. So we're going to drop a little bit deeper. Still pushing up, just not as ridiculously as we were. But you can see there, it's kind of a mix of a back 2, a back 3, a back 5. It kind of just varies depending on what part of the play you're in as to what you've actually got back. Primarily, it's a back 3 with very attacking wingers, because we're taking advantage of the fact that we've got inverted wingers and an inside forward on either wing by having complete wing backs going up and creating that width up front, which we are going to try and exploit today. I've just noticed actually, dribble less was on. This hasn't saved half the stuff I've done. We don't want to do that. We want to... What has gone on here? I need to have a look at the tactics a bit more, because I don't remember setting half of that up. Johansson brings the ball down for Frankfurt and manages to play it back to Zakiri. The long ball has found Pedri on the left-hand side. Ball through for Olner, who finishes fantastically. And that, I think, might be his first goal of the season, actually. He's not had a good start. Hence, Wilson has actually been starting ahead of him quite a bit. But the pass from Pedri is absolutely fantastic. Pedri looks to have settled in a little bit more now, following his disappointing start to the season, where he just couldn't get going in those first few games. Even the Stuttgart game where we drew, he just wasn't up to it for some reason, but he seems to have got over that a little bit now and seems to be picking up a few more goals and assists, which is quite nice to see, and high ratings as well. Yeah, he's starting, even if he's not getting the goals and assists himself, he's performing, which is still big for us, considering what he was doing early on. We're going to make another change now. We're going to bring Travis Clark on the right-hand side, who's one of our young players who's got quite a bit of potential. If we can get a second, then we will bring Pedri off as well for Vinicius Junior, he needs to get his fitness back up after a couple of injuries he's had early on. I think from 2-0 we should be quite comfortable now for the rest of the game. Bakari at the far post heading into a mostly empty net. Also, I've just noticed Eintracht Frankfurt have got Dane Scarlett up front. So he returns to the save in a little way of his own. Nice to see him doing well, playing for a team that they're not fantastic, but he's playing his part. We'll have a little look at his goal scoring record at the end of the game, just out of interest. I doubt he's kept up the form he was in at QPR, because that was some ridiculous scoring rates, and I think if he was keeping that up, he wouldn't be at Eintracht Frankfurt in the most reasonable way possible. Reasonable? Respectful. That's the word I was after. Bakari heads down nicely to Vrank, who plays it to Vinicius, and then Olner plays it behind him, but we end up with Nolasco. Vrank sends it inside to Van Hoesten. Grau finds Nolasco in behind the defender. His shot cross bounces off the defender, and we have to try again. Grau finds a ball through for Vinicius. Oh, he should be finishing that. I thought he might have been just offside. Doesn't look like it was, but doesn't manage to finish it anyway. Grau now with the corner, looking for the back post, and Bakari not quite getting there. And now Vinicius tackled brilliantly by Sabuski. And I think that's going to be about it for this game. A lot more control game there than we've had recently. A 2-0 win. They did take Scarlett off towards the end. In fact, Kimmich is there as well. What's Kimmich doing at Eintracht Frankfurt? Decent result for us there. And we are pretty comfortable. We move up into second place in the league, and hopefully we can improve on that going forward. We need to string our games together a little bit more. Just before we do continue, we are going to have that very quick look at Dane Scarlett. So, following his seasons with QPR, he got 11 in the Premier League, then moved straight to Eintracht Frankfurt, where he's never really scored many. 12, 8, and then 3 and 9 so far. So, not quite managed to be at the same level as he used to be. Kimmich, age 36, he spent most of his career at Bayern Munich, then went 88 million to Manchester United. Let's go and play our game against Roma. And for the next game, we have got a lineup of double RA, Soderstrom and Bakari as the back two once again, Dodo, Van Hoesten and Henrique as the three in front of the back two this time, Grau and Vrank in midfield, Demir Pedri on either wing, and then Wilson playing against his former club. Hopefully he can prove why they should not have dropped him, because they were largely paying Miani over him. So hopefully what we can do here is keep Miani quiet, Wilson get a couple of goals, and really rub it in to them what they are missing with me and Wilson being gone. I mean, mine was a bit more my choice. They allowed me to take Wilson off their hands. Rodrigo playing on the right hand side, which not the best position for him. We will have a little flick through the rest of their team and just see what's remaining of when I left. It's only been 2 years, so there might be quite a bit of the team there still. Pedri's hit the post inside 20 seconds. What a start that would have been. Rodrigo now breaking for Roma, and Van Hoesten having none of it. So they've still got Fran, Montanari was there. I saw Ibanez in there as well. Grau plays it to Van Hoesten, who finds Pedri. Frank plays it to Henrique on the left-hand side. A chance for a cross. Wilson's in the middle. he plays it along the floor instead, and then goes all the way back to Van Hoesten and all the way back to Miani. That was absolutely stupid, and we've given Roma a chance to strike, and they do. We've literally handed them a goal on a silver platter there. Well, I say that. Van Hoesten has handed them a goal on a silver platter. Varun has still my player. I think Cersei was there, but I don't think he was really featuring. Pospech was in midfield for us a lot of the time. A ball through has found Pedri, who gets a shot off, but Varina with the save. And the long ball forward, Bakari deals with that ahead of Miani quite easily and gets us back on the ball. Grau has found Wilson in behind, and Fernando Wilson returns to haunt Roma. I say returns, they're visiting us, but he haunts Roma. That's the main gist of what I was going for there. Grau with a fantastic ball down the middle. I don't know what's going on with their defence. The fullbacks were further back than the centre backs. It was all sorts of silly. Victoriano still there, and Miani, of course, up front. So only really 2 or 3 players that have changed. I think it's just the centre mid. Cersei's now a starting player, and that's it. And the left back, who, let's be honest, I was always struggling for a left back at Roma, so that's fair enough to replace him. Demir has brought the ball down and looking for Wilson, who's in behind, and Wilson's gone for the chip, and Montanari's cleared it off the line. That was very rude of him. We nearly went 2-1 up there through Fernando Wilson. What a treat that would have been, but no, Montanari clears it off the line, betraying his former manager, who, to be fair, I didn't play much, so fair enough. Henrique now plays it back, and it's ended back with Henrique through Grau. Frank not able to find the through ball, but Demir with one hell of a header from the edge of the box. How on earth has he got that much power on a header from there? Ridiculous, but what a header. Little bit of luck there as Cersei's tackle fell back to him, and then a header from literally the edge of the 18-yard box, and Varinha hasn't managed to push it away. I would be fuming if Varinha was still my goalkeeper and he'd done that. We go back to Double RA, who finds Grau in midfield. Soderstrom finds Demir, ball inside to Wilson, who's got Dodo on the right hand side. Chance for a cross here, and he's gone down. That's going to be a penalty, surely. He's waiting for it to be checked by VAR, and there it is. The penalty has been awarded. We are going to put Fernando Wilson on it, and let's see if he can make it 3-1. He does. What a penalty. Fernando Wilson with his second goal of the game, 7th of the season. I told you, he's better than Orner. He's better than him. The 2.5 stars that's on his scouting report, it's a lie. He's fantastic. And we've had 3 amazing strikers in this save in particular. Leighton Stewart was alright at Lincoln, but not fantastic. The way Scarlett was at QPR, Wilson at Roma, and hopefully Wilson at Bayern Munich, and Fabio Silva at Barcelona. 3 wonderful strikers we've had, and only one of them actually a new German in Wilson, but all 3 of them have been phenomenal when I've been their manager, and I mean, Wilson didn't get enough chance when I wasn't his manager. Victoriano going round the defender, but double R8 with an easy save. Wilson didn't get much chance when I'm not his manager, which was very silly of them, as they've had proven to them today. Scarlett never really got going other than under me. Fabio Silva's the only one. He had some fantastic seasons before I arrived. He cooled off a little bit before I turned up at Barcelona and then had a fantastic year under me. Pospech gets one back for Roma. The assist coming from De Ketelare, who of course was not one of my players while I was there, but a fantastic ball in behind. And Soderstrom just wasn't ready for that. We are going to get Soderstrom off because of that booking. I think we'll send Popov into midfield and Van Hoesten back to centre back. Marseille have got back into it against Manchester United. Grau has found Bakary with a header, and we make it 4-2 now. This is a cracking game at the Allianz Arena. I don't think it's called the Allianz Arena anymore. But Bakary heading past Farina. And on that note, we also bring Renier on in midfield. I think we'll look to make our final change. We're going to bring Nonto on the left-hand side for Pedri, who's been quiet today. Nothing particularly bad, but nothing outstanding from him, I would say. We play the ball out from the back, and eventually it goes forward to Nonto, who is going to try and get past Cersei, but Cersei does well. And then Ibanez giving the ball straight back to us with Popov, and we're building space here. Henrique plays it through for Nonto, who squares it for Wilson, and there's the hat-trick. 5-2 on the day. 3-4 Fernando Wilson. And boy, am I glad I gave him the penalty now. Just so much patience here, and then Nonto's gone. Henrique plays the ball through to him. Wilson with a fantastic finish. And he's showing Roma what they're missing, and we are putting ourselves back in contention for the top of the group with Manchester United. Ibanez going back to Varinha. We've got just injury time left to go, and we are looking very comfortable at this stage. Pospech plays the ball out to Montanari. He drills it in, and a fantastic finish from Fernando. Nothing Double RA could do about that. There's surely must have been someone that was meant to be tracking that run. Let's have a look. Probably Popov should have been watching that, I'll be completely honest. But I mean, he's a right wing. He was playing on the right and he was there. Fair enough. Doesn't matter. Fernando Wilson with a fantastic performance. Getting us a 5-3 win. 3 of the goals coming from him. Really showing Roma what they're missing and giving us a comfortable win. Marseille do manage to draw. Look at that. All the goals were... There's 2 goals within 2 minutes and then 2 goals within 3 minutes. The rest of the game, the other 85 minutes must have been terrible. But we get the win there against Roma. What we will do now is we will come back for Werder Bremen and Manchester United in the Champions League. Hopefully we win it away against Roma, and that can be a bit of a chance to go top of the group. Hopefully. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like, comment down below how you think we're going to get on in our Champions League group stage. Can we claw back the lead Hertha Berlin have over us. We, of course, have a great chance in our next game, which is against them. And subscribe if you are enjoying the series. Thank you very much for watching.